जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन यशोदानन्दन हृदिकनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधमाधव कुञ्जविहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी I guess the village people might have called you. Okay. Wash yourself, the company. వాడు నా రాష్ నుంచి కాల్ చేశారని ఎవడు కాల్ చేసింది వదిలేసే పక్కన పెట్టి ఇంత డీటెయిల్ హరే 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 లేదు Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Radhe Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra
Jaya Garanita, 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 Jaya Garanita. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaura Sutana Premanandi, Hari Haribo. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Satasvihi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Chanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री गंगामयी जमुनमयी की जय श्रीमद भक्ति देव तुलसीदेव महारानी की जय साम वेद भक्त वृंद की जय हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. All glorious to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious to Sri Guru and Guru. All glorious to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranams, all glorious to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatamandhasya Jnananjanasakaya Chakshurunmuditamen Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutare Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutare Srimate भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यानंदने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणी नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्से नमः नमो ब्रह्मणे देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगदीताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् मुखं करोतु वचनपङ्गलं गहयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्मा वन्दे श्रीगुरुं देवतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं वन्देहं श्रीगुरो श्रीपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधः कृष्णवदां सगणललितां श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम Yes, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now I'm starting with Canto 5, you know, the verses there, building uh, the lineage hierarchy of Manu, right? I'll also move to the Canto 4, Chapter 1. I'll move to Canto 3 to cover Devahuti Devi. So we'll build a very, very high level hierarchy as far as possible, covering only the important Leelas that are being covered in these cantos. Right? So we will not be covering each and every descendant. We'll be covering the important descendants that are mentioned in the third canto, fourth canto, and if possible in the fifth canto also we will cover today. Otherwise, we'll cover the fifth canto on Sunday. Yes, Prabhu, Mataji, clear on that? Yeah, right. Yes. Ahuri Dehuti, sorry, this is Prasut. This is Prasut. Right? Husband, Ruchi. Right. Devahuti, husband, Kartamam. Well, I don't have to write this husband and wife. You will understand, right? Yeah. Yes, Prabhu and Mataji. Based on the gender, you would be able to understand, right? Because that saves unwanted consumption of space. That's all. So Kardamamuni, and this is Prajapati Ruchi. Right. Okay. If you see, from Ruchi, there were two kids, right? One is Yajna, and the other is Dakshina. Right? Now, if you see here, right? Yajna, right? The female child, Lakshmi, incarnation of Lakshmi. Very gladly, beautiful boy named Yajna, and Ruchi is son-in-law, kept with the daughter Dakshina, right? Adopted by Manu and married Dakshina later. This Yajna, right? He is Lord Vishnu, adopted by Manu and married. Dakshina is Mother Lakshmi. Now, obvious question would be, oh, they were brother and sister. How could they get married? Yes? Hare Krishna? People who want to derail and deride our scriptures, right? The answer to that is very, very, very simple, right? Is Durga Devi his sister or not? Hare Krishna? She is Bhadra, but when she is protecting between Jagannath Baldev, she is a Subhadra. Bhadra means one who keeps us in check with her Trishu. Subhadra means one who is kind to us. Yes? The same Yoga Maya Devi acts as Mahamaya, as sister, and as well as his wife, depending upon the Lord's mood. Bhakti Bhavena Sevarta. Hare Krishna. Clear on this? Wonderful. Now, we go to Devahuti and Kardamamuni, and their child was none other than Kapila Mahamuni. Kapila Muni, and he discussed Sankhya philosophy. and devotional service. Right? This is what he taught to Devahuti Devi. Clear on this up to this point? He taught to Devahuti Devi. Yes, 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 that's right. Yajna, he was adopted by Yajna is Lord Vishnu. Yes. So he was adopted by Svayambhuva Manu. Okay. Those Swayambhuva Manu and married Dakshina. Those Swayambhuva Manu had two other sons, which is Priyavrata and Uttanapada. We discussed Uttanapada first and Priyavrata next. Yes? Yes, Prabhuji? Clear on those two? Yeah. Yes. Yes. So they had 12 boys. Tosha, Pratosha, Santosha, Bhadra, Shanti. I'm not covering all of them. Yeah. I'm only going at the Lila level. Yes. They all became demigods, etc. Swayambhuva Manu had two sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapada. Right. Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhu Mataji. Clear now? Yeah. Yes. I mean, Uttanapada's descendant is the Maharaj. We'll talk about all those things, Prabhu. Yes. All right. You know. Now, one second. Once again, I've committed a mistake. Akuti he gave to. This should be Akuti. I did Prasuti by mistake. This is Akuti. This is Prasuti. I didn't want to redo, so I'm changing. So Akuti's husband is Prajapati Ruchi, to make it larger. Akuti's husband is Prajapati Ruchi. They had Yajna and Dakshina. Yajna was adopted by Swambhu Manu, and Yajna later on married Dakshina and gave birth to 12 sons. Devahuti Devi married to Katamuni, gave birth to Kaplamuni, who taught her Sankhya philosophy and devotional service. Then we have two sons, Uttanapada and Priyavrata. Now we will talk about the daughter Prasuti. Husband is Daksha. Prajapati Daksha. Daksha. What am I here? Daksha. Daksha, son of Lord Brahma. So now, if you see here, we have Prasuti Devi, who is married to Prajapati Daksha, and who is the son of Lord Brahma. Yes, Prabhu? Clear on that? Right. Now, yes. So they had children, multiple children. Yeah. Then Priyavata and Uttanapata. Yeah. Devahuti Devi to Kardama Muni, about whom we have already spoken, is what Maitreya Mahamuni is talking about. So Prasita Daksha, and Kardama Muni had a daughter Kala who was married to Marichi. That's a different story. We won't get to that level, So Kashyapa, and that daughter gave birth to Kashyapa Prajapati and Purnima. But we'll discuss Kashyapa Prajapati and Purnima later. We won't talk about Anasuya Devi, Atri Muni, and all those people right now. We will talk about them a little later. We'll go back to the 5th canto right now quickly and look at Uttanapada and Priyavata in this class. Then we will slowly but steadily we'll expand the tree on Sunday to have Kashyapa Prajapati, Kashyapa Mahamuni, and Purnima Devi and all of them, so that we can also see where Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and all those Diti, Aditi, how they fall, etc. Apart from that, one of the descendants of this lineage is King Revata, the father of Mother Revati, who was married to Lord Balrama. So, specially, we will cover that aspect as well on Sunday separately. Okay, 1 second, please. Hare Krishna.
164.
1 second. Somebody is here. 1 second.
Food energy. Vegetarian or veg? All things motion. Weight loss? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, if you see, uh, we will cover about King Revata and Revati Devi again in the towards the on Sunday. Today we will limit ourselves, to the extent of doing the Lila level, various aspects of the lineage. So now I'll go to the Canto 5. Going to Canto 5, here we see Maharaja Priyavata.
The injection around 6 o'clock because actually from outside we are taking that one. Yeah. Already clearance is came. So already they give an order. So to take. Sure. So 6 o'clock we'll start administration. 6 o'clock, from 6 o'clock we'll administer volumetric. Yes. Again TCL then presentation. Sure. Previously you were admitted around 7:28.
7:28.
I got it admitted in 7:27, 7:08. Yeah, 7:29 also.
Okay. 7:29 is here. 7:20.
Everything is here. It is not.
It's okay. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. So, if we see here, right, in Canto 4, we have seen Daksha cursing, right, Lord Shiva, and the frustration, and then after that, we have seen Dhruva Maharaj. Yes. So, Dhruva Maharaja, yes. When we are talking about Dhruva Maharaja, let me bring this down. Yeah. Uttanapada and Priyavata. He had two queens, Suniti and Suruchi. Right? So now we will take this and add wives, Suniti and Suruchi. Yes. Now Dhruva, and who is the other person? Suruchi, son of Suruchi, Uttam. Yes, Dhruva and Uttama. So it is this Dhruva Chakravarti, right, who got Lord Krishna's darshan. Yes, and then, based on his mother's thing, he went to the forest. We discussed all that. Yeah. Yes. So then, you should take the shelter of the Supreme Personality, is what Narada Muni said. So this boy took the shelter, and everything about Dhruva Maharaj is captured in this chapter. So let's look at where this chapter ends. Right? Okay. So Dhruva Maharaj, returns home. He fights with Yakshas. He stops fighting, and he is going back home, back to Godhead. Then what does he do? Let us see who Dhruva Maharaja handed over. Let us see if that is of importance. If it is of importance, we will capture. If it is not of importance, we will not capture. Let's go back and see. Descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. Right. This is about King Parikshit and yes, and his things. Yeah. Dhruva Maharaj had two sons, as we discussed, Utkada and Vatsara. Yes. Dhruva Maharaj had two sons, Utkada, a very advanced devotee, and Vatsara, a person good with fruitive activities. So, if you see, all of the descendants that we are talking about are related to Dhruva Maharaj. You know, Utkada was very advanced, so he didn't take up the ruling. So, Vatsara took up the ruling of the kingdom. Yes. When Vatsara took up the ruling of the kingdom, so the other descendants and other things are based on Vatsara, who had six sons named Pushparna, Tigmaketu, Isha, Guja, Vasu, and Jaya. Pushparna had two wives, Prabha and Dosha, right? And then Dosha has three sons, right? Yushta, and then his wife was Pushkarini, and then we have Sarvateja, whose wife was Akuti. This is not the same Akuti as Svayambhuva Manu's daughter. This lady was named Akuti, like we have, the names from forefathers and everything, right? Yes? Hare Krishna? The grandmother's name, the grandfather's name, it's like that. Yeah? And she gave birth to Chakshushamana. Right? Yes? And then there were 12 sons for Pushkarini, Anga, Sumana, Kyati, etc. And wife of Anga is Sunita, who gave birth to King Vena, right? Who was later on killed by the Brahmanas. And from his side came King Prudhu. So if we literally look at it, Vatsara's wife Dosha, she had three sons, So Vatsara is grandson is Vyushta. Vyushta's, son is Sarvateja. That means great grandson. Dhruva Maharaj's great grandson is Sarvateja. And Sarvateja's son is Chakshushamanu. Right? Yes. And Chakshushamanu happens to be the great grandson of Dhruva Maharaj. Yes, great grandson of Dhruva Maharaj is Chakshushamanu. So what we will capture under Dhruva Maharaj here is important person Chakshushamanu, great grandson Chakshushamanu. Yeah. Yes. So his great grandson is Chakshushamanu. Fair enough. Now let's go back. And his son is Ulmuka. If I take Chakshushamanu, where is Chakshushamanu here? Yeah. Uttanapala. Yeah. And his son is Ulmuka. One of the sons is Ulmuka. Okay. And Ulmuka, had a son, Anga. So another son, Anga. His son was Vena, right? A very bad ruler, killed by Brahmanas. And then came King Prudhu. Okay, Vishnu appearing from the grinding of King Vena's thigh bone. So now please see this. So we have Vatsara who took over the kingdom. Alright? His great grandson was Chakshusha Manu. His son was, one of the sons was Ulmuka. Ulmuka's son was Anga. Anga's son was Vena. I think this came at the wrong place. Anga's son was Vena. Anga's son, Vena. And then from Vena's thigh, we got thigh bone out from the churning. We got King Prudhu. Yes, who was Lord Vishnu himself. Clear up to this point? Okay, great. So that's how Prudu Chakravarti appeared. So we won't go further down because we don't want to confuse ourselves going too deep down. Alright? Yes. So let's look at the high level so that whatever we have discussed, we are clear. So with that, we have covered King Uttanapada's lineage. That's important aspects of the lineage. Yes? Yeah. Now, let's go back and look at, you know, who didn't we cover in this? We didn't cover Prajapati Daksha's sons. That at this stage, we are not looking at this aspect of the story. So Prajapati Daksha isn't the person of significance here. Now that we have covered King Uttanapada, right, let's go and look at King Priyavrata in the fifth canto. Yes? Hare Krishna Prabhu Mataji? Clear? Yeah. Right. Now let's go to Canto 5. Right. Right. King Priyavrata's son was Agnidha. Yes? Right? And Agnidra's son was King Nabhi. Do you agree with me? That's what we discussed, right? Hare Krishna? Then his son was Rushabhadeva. And his son was Bharata Maharaja. Became Jada Bharata. Yes or no? You see this? Right? King Nabhi, Rushabhadeva, Bharata Maharaja became Jada Bharata. Yes? Clear up to this point? Right. So Rahulana, etc., etc. Then, of course, Jambudvipa prayers and everything will come to that. Now we will look at King Barhishat and the Prechetans. Yes, those are the things that we had discussed. Barhishat or Prachina Barhi. Yes, let us see. Who is King Prachina Barhi? Barhis. Havidhana song was Barhis. Havidhana.
And it's Canada, madam. Sit there.
Sorry, we'll go on mute for a few minutes. Just a minute, please.
I have tremors in my hands, so don't mind the pressure. I'm not scared of the ground. I'm used to it. Keep that close.
Okay.
Spiritual.
Hold it. And pick small video, madam.
Yes.
Don't move. This one. Okay, but here, J button, madam. Open the fingers, madam. Open. Close the eyes. Punta madam. లేదా పిల్లలు ఇది చేస్తే బ్రష్ ఇచ్చి డేట్ డేట్ No problem. Bye, madam.
Thank you. అది మీరు what is that? టాన్ ఇంజెక్షన్లు అది కూడా అది ఏ టైంకి ఇస్తామని మీరు అది 6 o'clock కి ఆక్సిలిస్ వస్తుంది అన్నారు. So how soon will you give me the injections?
So I'll discuss madam and then I'll give.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu Mataji. Okay, Prabhu Mataji, Hare Krishna. So please see this here. King Prudhu, right, had a son who is known as Vijitasva. He is also known as Antardhana. He married Sikhandini and he had a son Havidhana. Yeah, his wife was Havidhani. Their son was Barhishat or King Prachina Barhi, and their children were Prachetas, the great devotees of Lord, who we discussed, heard Shiva Geetam from Lord Shiva. Yes? Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes? So, now let's review the entire structure once so that we are all clear today from this perspective. Svayambhuva Manu, wife Shatarupa, had daughter Prasuti given to Prajapati Daksha, who is the son of Lord Brahma. Then we have Devahuti Devi, whose wife, whose husband is Katama Muni, Hare Krishna, and their son was Kapila Muni, and in their lineage we will get Kashyapa Prajapati and others, and we will discuss that a little later on Sunday, because Kashyapa Prajapati's lineage expansion needs a little bit more detail. We cannot do it like this because we haven't covered earlier. And being in the hospital, the coverage to that detail may not be possible. So I'm just trying to leave it at the level that we have already discussed. All right. Akuti is another daughter of Svayambhuva Manu. She married Prajapati Ruchi, gave birth to Yajna and Dakshina, but later on Svayambhuva Manu adopted Yajna despite having his sons Uttanapada and Priyavrata. And then what happened? Yes, bang. Then Yajna, who is Lord Vishnu himself, married Dakshina, who is none other than Mother Lakshmi. Now we come to King Uttanapada. Yes, he had wives Suniti and Suruchi. Dhruva Chakravarti is the son of Mother Suniti. And Uttama was the son of Suruchi. Yes, and Dhruva Chakravarti had Utkada, a very advanced devotee who was not interested in any of the kingdom and ruling. And therefore Vatsara, a person who was good with fruitive activities, was made the king. And after becoming the king, he had many children, the grandchildren. His great grandson is Chakshushamanu, whose son is Ulmuka, whose son is Anga, and that Anga's son is King Vena, who was a very bad guy. And therefore, his activities were captured. And then Brahmanas decided to kill him and churned his thigh bone. And from that grinding appeared Lord Vishnu as King Prudhu. And he made the earth completely fertile. By turning her into a cow and milking all the things, he took care of all the living entities. Now when we move to Maharaja Priyavrata, we have his son Agnidha, whose son was King Nabhi, and whose son was Rishabhadeva, whose son was Bharatmaraj, who became Jadabharata eventually. Yes. Whatever we discussed till now at a high level in the Cantos 4, Cantos 3 and Cantos 3, 4 and 5, is it clear, Prabhu and Mataji? The lay of the land. Yes, ma'am. Right. Yes. Swayambhuva Manu was somebody who got born, right, as the mental son of Lord Brahma, by the desire of Lord Brahma to create, right? Where Prajapati Daksha, he appeared from the skill of Lord Brahma to progeny. Daksha means skilled. Skill. Any skill. Writing skill, reading skill, progeniting skill. The ability to create generations. Yes, Mafeti? Yeah. Daksha also means, right, doing the right thing. Yes. Having the right attitude and right skill. It's Brahma's mood based son is Daksha. Brahma's desire based son is Swayambhuva Manu. Yeah. So these are more subtle expansions of Brahma's will and desire. Yes, Mata. Yeah. Therefore, if you look at it saying that look, Swayambhuva Manu's daughter would become Daksha's daughter, no, it doesn't work that way. In the initial stages, those are gross manifestations of the subtle thoughts and actions of Lord Brahma. Yes, they appeared as sons. Yeah, that's the reason we see even Lord Brahma ran after his shadow who became a daughter. Yes, because there is no father-daughter relationship. You get me? Yeah. So please look at it from the perspective of, divine Manasaputras. When they are Manasaputras, they are not literally like own brothers, right? They are independent Prajapatis. Yeah? Prajapati means rulers of the world or lord of the people. Yeah? Praja means people. Pati means husband. Yes. Make sense? Thank you. Now, I didn't. Yes, bro. Please tell me. Yes. That's the point I mentioned, Prabhu. Right? Yajna is Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Svayambhuva Manu adopted. It was Lord Vishnu who decided he'll appear to show to us the same Durga Devi, who is his sister, is the same Radha Devi, who is his lover, and is the same Lakshmi Devi, who is his wife. Hare Krishna Prabhu? Makes sense? So, the same Yogamaya Devi, she takes the different forms based on the mood of Lord Krishna. If you see, Saraswati Devi is none other than an expansion of Yogamaya, right? But she is married to Lord Brahma. Hare Krishna. Parvati Devi is nothing but an expansion of Mahamaya. She is married to Lord Shiva, who is the eyesight of Lord Mahavishnu, right? And sometimes when there is no suitable person to become a Brahma, yes, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu himself becomes Lord Brahma. So if you see, marrying own sister, sort of a thing. Yeah. Here, it's not the relationship of brother and sister. Depending upon the mood of the Lord, the Yoga Maya Devi either acts as Mahamaya or Yoga Maya. And Yoga Maya form she can act as, or the Mahamaya form, doesn't matter. She will act as either a wife, either a lover, or a sister. Ultimately pleasing the Lord. Hare Krishna Prabhu. To give you an idea, Mother Durga, whenever we ask somebody to be careful, we'll say Bhadra in Sanskrit. Means be careful. Mother Durga is called Bhadra, Bhadrakadi. Yes or no? Bhadrakadi. One of the names of Durga. Bhadra means one who gives punishment to people and keeps people in check. She terrifies. Right? When we look at Bhadrakali, she is in a very ferocious form. Yes or no? With her tongue, sticking out, etc. Yes or no? Whereas when we see the same mother as Subhadra between Lord Balarama and Lord Jagannatha, she is all smiles and very merciful with wide eyes. Yes? As Bhadrakadi, when she opened her mouth wide and stuck her tongue, we are scared. At Subhadra, when she opens her eyes wide and looks at us, we are happy. Yes? So, that's why Lord Krishna says, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya Mam Ye Prapadyante Mayam Yetam Tarantite. So, she takes away her Mahamaya potency, and with that beautiful wide eyes and the lovely smile, she is demonstrating her caring Yoga Maya mood as Subhadra Devi, the one who keeps us in good situation. She also ensures that we are in the right direction. She does the Bhadra, but for the good, not for the bad. Make sense, Prabhu? Hare. Any other questions, Prabhu and Mataji? Yeah, please, Prabhu, no problem. Yeah, please, please. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Because he is not I and you, Prabhu. He is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Without any logic and reasoning, Prabhu, simply saying he is a Karana Prakata, Lord Krishna. He will do, what is required. Yes, Prabhuji? Yes? That's the devotional bottom line. To explain it from a logical perspective, Prabhu, yes, The logical perspective is very, very simple. Mother Sachi Devi wanted him to remarry. Yes? So he remarried her, married to please Mother Sachi Devi. And you need to understand, in those days, when the wife passed away, remarriage was acceptable. In fact, one man could have had two wives as well, right? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to demonstrate the need for sense control, so he remarried again, only after his first wife passed away. Yes, Prabhu? That's number one. After marrying, because the dissemination of Krishna consciousness was far more important than pleasing his mother and wife, to demonstrate the importance of Krishna consciousness, he left and went and took sannyas. Because just like a normal person, he acted, and as a Gruhastha, he tried to do the Krishna consciousness preaching. Then he realized that people were not that, you know, happy when he is doing it as a Gruhastha. Therefore, he took sannyas, saying that Krishna consciousness is far more important than pleasing Mother Sachi or pleasing one's own wife. Yes, Prabhuji? Because his avatara, you know, the reason he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is disseminate Krishna consciousness. When something has become an obstacle in the dissemination because of the people's thoughts and culture, at that stage, so Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he acted. So in doing this Lila, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is demonstrating to us how we should think while preaching Krishna consciousness, the priority of preaching, and our behavior should be conducive to make this Krishna consciousness reach many, 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 many people. It's not what is comfortable for us, for our family, etc., etc. It's what is required in the service of Lord Krishna. That's the message Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. But circling back to my original statement, it is he has done so because he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I and you, we are average jivatmas, we cannot do that immediately. And for us, it doesn't look right because we cannot do it. Yes, Prabhu? That's as simple as that. It's a Leela, Prabhu. Take it from the perspective of Leela. Because logically speaking, Sri Chaitanya Prabhu being Lord Krishna, didn't he know he was Paramatma in the hearts of everybody? Didn't he know that they would act like this? He knew all of that, but he wanted to demonstrate to us the type of conduct if one wants to go beyond oneself and preach Krishna consciousness. What is the type of conduct that is required? And that's the very conduct we see Srila Prabhupada had demonstrated. Yes, Prabhuji? Ajay Prabhu? Srila Prabhupada, what did he do? He just left everything and moved. Yes, on one fine day. He tried to engage his family. He took inspiration from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he moved. Yes or no?
And then
Prabhu, the doctor has come. We'll catch him next time. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srimad ki, Netaji Vasit Mukhyamantri, Hari Hari Bo. Thank you.
Only
Hare
thing that we take some risk and start. That's the only problem.
after it got really lost in the
And then if there is any problem, some allergy in the night, then we have to shift to